Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see on the screen, we had a really big night last night of correlated college football and NFL betting. You can see that we took a bet on this OU versus Arizona game, and it went exactly how we hoped it would go. It was a shootout. Both teams were in it till the very end, and a lot of passing from both teams here. So you can see that we turned $15 into $375 for our 25x for last night. So if you guys aren't following, you guys probably missed it, but definitely follow and turn on post notification because these lines could move. So you want to make sure that right when I drop these videos, you're able to see the video and you're able to take these plays. So we are going to have additional plays later in the video for tonight's game. I believe Ohio State's playing, and then I also have some Saturday games, NFL and college football too, for some plays. First and foremost, I just want to go over the rest of the plays that we hit yesterday. So this is our biggest play, the 25x, but we also came really close on some other plays too. So I'll go ahead and show those off. So this was our big play. Hopefully you tailed it. Second, we did this Cleveland Browns versus Jets game. Actually, in my video yesterday, I talked about how this might be a defensive battle. We have two of the best defenses in the league coming up against each other, Browns, Jets, and but we're going to take the overs anyway and hope the overs hit. And I don't know if you guys watched, but if you guys did watch, it was a very exciting game, a very offensive-heavy game. Really surprised me. Unfortunately, we did put Cedric Tillman in there. He got a lot of chances towards the end of the game, especially with Amari out and Elijah Moore out. I think Elijah Moore ended with a concussion. I think he had like 2 or 3 targets that just like sailed above him or something, so he didn't end up hitting his over. And then Amari Cooper DNP'd, which is kind of annoying because we had him on a couple plays, but it is what it is. We got a 2x on this play, really close from becoming a 10x. If Cedric Tillman would have hit, this would have just went down from a 6 out of 6 to a 5 out of 5, and then we would have 10x'd our money. So that would have been really cool to see, but 2x is a 2x. Happy with it. So really happy with the 2x here, and another big play from last night. This was a hockey play that we did. What ended up kind of a messy slip here. We had a DNP, we had a push, and then we had an over here. But that happens a lot of times in hockey, a lot of pushes, just because the lines are so low. A lot of times you'll have like a 2 or a 3 shots on goal, so a lot of times that player will actually hit that projection. But you can see here I put $8 on the play and ended up getting $12, so made my money back and some. I don't like putting a whole lot on the NHL slips just because I'm not super familiar with NHL, so I'm still kind of trying to feel it out. But if you guys are new here, this does come from a correlation tool. I know I talked about this in my last video, but I'm going to talk about it every video because this is how I get my plays. They don't really come from me; they come from this tool that I pull the plays off of, and it's kind of like an algorithm that generates 6 out of 6s for these different apps. So it knows NHL, it knows football, it knows everything, and since the middle of August, this is how the performance has gone for it. So it's up 704 units since the middle of August, and I think it's even up higher now since yesterday. This was a screenshot I pulled yesterday morning. So I do use this tool, and that's great. One of our other plays was from Underdog Fantasy. This was a near miss, just because we had these two defensive players on the Jets that ended up going over their tackles. I got this straight off the fantasy correlation tool, so it is what it is. We missed these 2 players, but obviously we took higher on these, and it was a pretty high scoring game, so good to see there. And then this one, super near miss here, super near miss. This was a sleeper fantasy play, and this also was for that Arizona-Oklahoma game. And if you guys were watching, Arizona had a kind of last drive within the red zone, and they ended up hitting like a 15-yard touchdown run. But if that was a pass touchdown, that would have been huge because Fifita, I still don't know how to say his last name, but Fifita would have went over, and I actually just got an email today from Sleeper that they're gonna correct Amari Cooper because he was part of that Wild Wednesday promo. They're gonna correct him and just put in a free Breece Hall play over. So they would have put in Breece Hall over, and Breece Hall hit the over. So this would have turned into a 6 out of 6 for sleeper fantasy, which I think would have turned this $10 into like $300, which would have been crazy for us. So yeah, last night I was like, dang, we missed a 5 out of 5 because I thought this was going to DMP, but I just got an email today from Sleeper because I work with them with the codes and everything. And it would have been a 6 out of 6. But yeah, I also, with that email, I got an email that says that their $500 match is going to be back up. So $500 match with Sleeper, you put in $500, you get $500, so you can start your account with $1,000. When I first used Sleeper, I did not get this promo. I only got a $100 match, so it's only for a short time, I think, during the holidays. So definitely take advantage of that. And then let's hop into the plays that we're going to play today. This is tonight's game, OSU versus Missouri. First and foremost, again, we're going to use correlated slips. And with the football correlation, it's pretty easy to see here, but we have Missouri not doing too well, so like over passing interceptions, and then their running back going over rushing yards. And then some of the correlation here is going to be their quarterback doing really well, so over 1.5 passing touchdowns, and then their receivers also doing well. So receiving yards for this receiver, receptions for this receiver, and then their running back to get over receiving yards. So hopefully Devin Brown, their quarterback, he's now their quarterback. I know their other quarterback is transferred. But hopefully he has a good game. He passes a lot. He has passing touchdowns. And then maybe Missouri doesn't have a great passing game. They throw an interception, and they have to kind of get the rushing attack going. That's the first play for today. That's for tonight's game, college football. Definitely lock this one in. College football has been doing really, really well for us, and we only have so many weeks left with it. Next play is for Saturday morning's game. So I'm just gonna do Saturday morning, and then I think I have a Cowboys Saturday night game, but don't know if I'm gonna be able to make a video in time. So I did want to get this one out too. This is Saturday morning. This is a great game too to lock in, and this is a very basic correlation slip, kind of our bread and butter. We have the quarterback here, and then we have Penn State's quarterback, and then we have Ole Miss's quarterback. So pretty soft lines for them, honestly, but you can see here that we have receivers for Penn State and then receivers for Ole Miss, right? So like if the Ole Miss quarterback and the Penn State quarterback go over, then they're likely that their receivers are going to go over because they're going to need someone to pass to. And if they're going to go over in passing yards, then their receivers are going to go over in receiving yards, right? It's the same exact concept as our 25X that we just hit last night. It's a high-scoring game. It's a shootout. A lot of the quarterbacks are doing well, getting a lot of passing yards. So their receivers are going to be the ones receiving those passing yards, right? So that's that right there. And then, like I said, we're going to have a Cowboys-Lions game here. We got Dak, Goff, same concept here just for the NFL. Dak, we're going to have Cooks and Ferguson, 2 receiving threats for the Cowboys. And then for the Lions, we're going to have Amon-Ra and Josh Reynolds, 2 receiving threats from the Lions. So right there, same thing, correlation. Hopefully it's a higher scoring game. This should be a higher scoring game. It's one of the biggest, toughest offenses in the league facing each other, so it should be a high scoring game with a lot of throwing. So excited for this one Saturday night. Definitely lock this one in too. And then for Underdog Fantasy, we have back to this Ohio State versus Missouri game. We have the Devin Brown going and throwing to his receivers here. So we have receptions and then higher receiving yards. So 4 players on OSU, which is really cool that you can do this on Underdog. I don't think you could do this on PrizePicks, have 4 players, but 4 players on the same team on Underdog, that's pretty crazy. And then Brady Cook, the quarterback for Missouri, over completion. So again, high passing game, high scoring game, just like that OU versus Arizona game. That's exactly how I want this game to go. Maybe close, high scoring, a lot of throwing. No sleeper pick for today, but definitely look out for it because I just got an email from them too. I got an email for that Amari Cooper reboot and for the $500 match. This was also in the email that this seems new to me. I've never seen them do this, but a protected $30 play. really cool to see here for them. So I might come out with a video later today doing the PrizePicks protected play, which is called Flex Friday, and the sleeper protected play. So look out for that. It looks like they haven't released it yet. It's 10:30 my time, so it looks like they release it at noon. So I'll be looking out for it, trying to find plays for it. So definitely follow, because you don't want to miss that video. And yeah, you don't want to miss any of these plays, because we literally hit really big last night, and like pretty much none of our plays were just horrible. All of the plays were either near misses, or they were profit, or they were huge profit. So definitely keep looking out for videos. I'm going to probably post a video later today going over some of these promos, and then definitely a video tomorrow morning doing some of the Saturday college football games, and probably more of the Cowboys-Lions game, because that looks like a really high-scoring match. So stay tuned for that. Use the promo codes. Keep following these picks. Subscribe. And yeah, let's make some money today also, and everyone have a great day.